Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Southeast Region Red Team User Group kickoff today. We're so excited that you guys have joined us for today to learn a little bit more about the user groups. This is the very first one that we have for the Southeast region. So thank you guys for signing up and making time out of your day to join us today to hear a little bit more about what we hope that these can become for Red Team users and learn a little bit more about some of our teams and how we're here to help you along the way of getting these user groups set up. We've got a little bit of an agenda to cover today. We're going to give a little bit of an intro for speakers, myself and Taylor, in just a moment. We're going to talk about what a Red Team user group is, the purpose and goals for the group, and some best practices. And then today we're going to talk a little bit about our client experience teams and the different ways that you can interact with us as Red Teamers and to help support you as users of the product. And then talk about some upcoming things that we've got for some ways that you can join us in participation as we continue to look forward to having more of these user groups. My name is Tracy Van Dalsum. For those of you who don't know me, I am the Vice President of Red Team Go, and I have been here at the company for about 13 years in different various roles throughout the years. But I've been in construction for about 25 years, and I don't feel like I should even be able to say that yet, but it really has been that long. After graduating with my master's degree in construction management, I did work as a project manager for about 10 years before I fell into the construction technology side of things. And as a project manager, I had the pleasure of implementing our Red Team Go product for the company that I worked for at the time. So I know firsthand the experience of implementing a software like our Red Team products. And I also know the impact that they have had on my career over my lifetime of being in the construction industry. So I get really excited to talk to you guys, our clients, and hear about your unique situations and how you're applying the product to help your business continue to grow. Also joining me today in this webinar is Taylor Cartmill. She is our Senior Manager of Client Experience. She oversees the Client Experience team, which includes our support team, our implementation and configuration teams, and our Client Success Management team. She has 18 years of experience in the hospitality industry, and she has transitioned over into the SaaS world about 4 years ago. And what I love about her is her strong commitment to customer service and problem solving. She's got a very strong passion for helping others that really drives her work, and she's dedicated to delivering an exceptional support experience to our clients. She's going to be sharing a little bit with us about her team and the ways that you as our clients can interact with each of those different departments. And that plays a strong role within these user groups of we know that from time to time, you guys are going to be talking and be thinking creatively and come up with some really good ideas. And so we want to make sure that you know how to reach us and share those ideas with us as well. So she's going to share with us a little bit later in the presentation as well. So what is a Red Team user group? Red Team user groups are meant to be a community of Red Team users focused on collaboration and continuous learning. Our ultimate goal is that these groups would be led by you, our users, and that your meetings would be held on a regular basis. We'd like to hear from you a little bit about what you would be looking for in a user group, things like the frequency of meetings that are being held, so that you can make the most of your time. We know that your time is very valuable. So what would be the frequency or cadence that you would like to have these user groups based on what your time allows? And are there some different topics that would be helpful or interesting to you guys to learn about? It can be construction related, it could be Red Team product related, but the idea is that these user groups would be an access to a new network of like-minded members of the industry that have experience in construction, have experience using our platforms, so that you have a collective of people that can be a sounding board to help you solve problems and to share information. You'll have some opportunities for involvement, and we want you to be participating and sharing in what you're learning and how you're applying the software within your business, sharing your experience with one another, and then you'll also have some opportunities to get some sneak peeks of our upcoming product releases that will be unique to this particular group as well. So let's talk now a little bit about the purpose for the user groups. The purpose is to create a Red Team community and that you guys would be able to rely on each other to discuss important industry topics. We really want this to foster a sense of community among Red Team users, for you guys to support one another, for it to be an encouraging space where you can encourage each other to adopt Red Team solutions and continue adopting construction technology. It's changing all the time. There's new things that are coming out, but we know from time to time it can be difficult for change. And so how can you help to encourage and support one another by providing a space to share feedback, ideas, and success stories, or bring a problem that you might need help solving where others can share their experience that they've had either using the software or even solving the problem maybe without technology that can really help you in situations that you might be facing in your day-to-day projects. And then also to promote learning and growth on a regular basis by coming to meetings and discussing the changes and challenges within the construction industry. So we do want this to be a group that can come together and really support one another in sharing ideas and learning and being able to solve some problems. We've got some goals for these user groups, and we do want to hear from you too as far as your goals. But we've got some ideas of what these user groups could be. So we've got some ideas here on goals to drive innovation. We would love these groups to create a sense of synergy among members to come up with new ideas and solving construction problems. It may be related to construction technology or our Red Team platform, or it could be a broader topical discussion that you need to bring in and see how other users are experiencing that in their day-to-day life as well. So you may come up with some really creative ideas that could really help to shape the industry and drive innovation and how our construction industry needs to change. A second goal is to improve user experience. As you get involved, you can rely on each other to provide support and resources to maximize your use of Red Team solutions. You can also offer each other different perspectives and share how you've used the tools to resolve similar challenges. And then if you found a way that Red Team solutions could assist in improving our product and cover the gaps that maybe we don't have a particular feature that covers a gap and a need that you have, we'd love for you to be able to share that feedback with our team as we continue to develop software that meets your needs in our ever-changing contexts. Third is participation. We hope that these groups would become a place where you want to be involved, and that these groups can help you to rely on each other, to ask good questions, share your knowledge and information on new processes, technologies, and innovations that are happening around the world in the Southeast region of the United States. And then last goal would be community. We do want this to be a group where you find a place you belong, where there's no such thing as a silly question, and you can bounce ideas off one another and support each other through our everyday business challenges. This is where I'm going to call you to be a little bit interactive, and we want to hear from you. So we're going to put up a poll question for you guys on how can you get the most out of these user groups? What would be the most meaningful for you as participants in this group? And so we're going to take just a few seconds to hear from you on some things that you would find most helpful as we kick off these user groups, and what are some things that you're looking for in joining this group today. What are you hoping that these groups will be able to provide for you? So take just a few moments and answer that question. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. And then I'm going to share some thoughts too as we go over this slide and on some of our best practices that we think will help you get the most out of these groups as well. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback with us. We'll review the answers to those questions, and we'll use those to give some shape to these groups going forward. So thank you. We are going to ask you again, we're going to send out a poll at the end of our presentation today for you guys to answer some other poll questions as far as frequency, timing, what days are best, what time is best, what's the frequency that we want to meet. So please look for that to be coming after we're done with the webinar today as well. And please share your feedback with us. That's really going to help us on a go forward basis of connecting with you and making sure that we're providing these at a time that is best for you. So some of the ways that we feel would be some best practices in utilizing these groups is active participation, of course. It's not a group if people don't come and participate. So there is a sense of prioritizing these user group meetings, engaging on a regular basis in discussions, and maybe some in-person get-togethers. If you've got a hub of members that are in your area and you guys want to get together for lunch, there we can provide lunch for you. We want to get you guys some swag and do some special things for you guys as well to encourage you to get together, get to know one another, and foster this sense of community. Open communication is always key, really, in anything that we do. So don't be afraid to share your insights. Don't be shy about sharing challenges or wins with each other. This is what helps us to forge a sense of community and build trust within the group. And so have that open dialogue. Focusing on collaboration over competition. I know a lot of times, especially if we're in a hard bid type of situation in our companies, we can have this sense of holding things tight and, oh, they're a competitor of mine, I'm not going to share my secrets with them. But trying to have a sense of collaboration over competition. Don't let your competitive edge to win overshadow the magic that can happen when you're open to collaboration and solving problems together and sharing best practices and focusing on some collective success. And then staying informed. You'll be able to keep up with the latest updates, features, industry trends within the group, and also from a Red Team perspective, be the first to know and get a sneak peek of some of our upcoming updates on product releases that we'll be able to share with you. So those are just some of the things that we have been thinking about. We've been asked to provide these user groups for the last couple of years. So this is a really exciting time for us this year to be able to kick these off and to start with a group here in the Southeast and then have that spread all over the country as the user groups continue to grow and we continue to try to kick them off in different areas. So thank you for participating today. I'm going to turn it over to Taylor, and she's going to share with us a little bit about the client experience team that she manages and the different roles that they have, and talk to us a little bit about how you can continue to interact with this very special team. Taylor.
Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm excited to join you all today and talk a little bit about our client experience teams. I think to lay the groundwork, I won't read this word for word, but it's really our mission to be your ally in this industry and throughout this partnership. We want to make sure that our clients across all client experience teams feel empowered to use the tool. They feel like they know where to go to ask questions and get the strategic help that they need to really power their business. So something that I think comes up a lot. I was a CSM here, and then took over a support team and now lead our client experience teams. And something that my clients used to get confused about is who to go to when they have questions. So I wanted to build a little slide for you guys to see that there really is a difference between support and your client success manager, and then even implementation. So if you're a new client and you're going through implementation, you likely are working really closely with your implementation manager, and they kind of become your support CSM all wrapped into one thing. And after you graduate onboarding and you move to your client journey here with us at RedTeam, really there's a difference between what our support team does and what our client success managers or our CSMs do. So our support team is really available to you 12 hours out of the day, so 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, whether that be phone or chat or email. And they're really to help you when you have an immediate need and I can't remember where this is located in the tool, or I'm clicking this button and it's not doing what I think, or I'm trying to commit something, but it's grayed out in the tool. So, when something is broken or you have how-to questions, maybe something with your QuickBooks Online, you got an error and you don't normally see that error and you're confused, you want to reach out about questions. That's really what our support team is there for. And the chat function that lives in the bottom left-hand corner of your app is usually the fastest way to get someone to help you. Your client success manager, of course, you could always ask them those types of questions, but they're usually slower to respond because they're on calls with our clients regarding more strategic conversations, right? So if we are releasing a new feature and you want to know more information about it, or you are interested in maybe some other product offerings that we have, or you're interested in building a plan that changes your workflow around something, and you need the CSM to offer you some sort of consultative advice there. That's really, or your team is looking for an on-site training. Those are the things that your CSM can help you manage and put together. And so I just thought that it would be helpful to kind of lay it out visually and then also just talk about it a little bit so that there's not a confusion of who is supposed to be doing what. Of course, here at Red Team, anybody can do anything. I'm pretty passionate. Like Tracy said, I come from the restaurant industry, and I'm pretty passionate that no job is above or below anyone else. You just have to jump in and help out. So of course, anybody can help you here, but to get the fastest help, I think this is a help. This is a great way to visually see who will be able to help you fastest. And then next, so I'm gonna do something a little brave and ask you to unmute yourselves potentially. Or if you prefer a poll, that's okay. Um, but let's try to unmute ourselves and say something out loud. So, my first question to you is, what aspects of our client experience do you find the most valuable? Is it maybe our support team or your CSM? I'd love to have a little discussion about what you find to be most valuable here at Red Team.
I like the little chat button, the little red help chat. Um, I use that quite often, but sometimes the problems are too big, or I have to contact somebody else, Sarah or Margaret, to walk me through something. But that little red
Perfect.
chat's good for something small.
Perfect.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the CSM format. I love that because I work with multiple Red Team clients, and I love that there's a dedicated person that knows the client and knows the situation. I just think and they become part of the team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Annette. We've had over the years, the longer that we get to know a client, we've got some clients that have been clients for, 18 to almost 20 years now. And so we really do like to see ourselves as extensions of our clients' teams. And it really is a partnership. We want Red Team to help you in your day to day. And so we want to make sure that with whatever you're doing, that you're successful and you're able to accomplish your tasks. So we really do like to envision ourselves as being an extension of your team. And we find pride, when you guys have big wins, we're so proud. And I know when we're driving around town and we pass by a fence that has our client's name on the outside and a new building's going up, we're like, ah, it's a client. So, we really do take it seriously, and we love supporting you. And so it's really fun for us on our side of the equation as well to interact with you guys as also.
Awesome. I think there's a resounding speediness of chat, and relationships with CSMs are what you find most valuable. Absolute music to my ears. I love that. Thanks for sharing your feedback here. All right, one more. So what's the most memorable interaction you've had with a member of our client experience team? Whether they went above and beyond for something or really helped you solve a complex problem. I'd love to hear kind of what stands out in your mind.
Oh, someone's put in anonymous, but a CSM dropped by our office this week and dropped off a poinsettia to our team and was just checking in to see how we were doing. And that was memorable, and we appreciate that so much. Oh, that's so great.
I love
Yay.
that. Yay. Fun fact, we're doing some client visits next week too, and one of the team members was looking for things to send with some swag, and he didn't know what a poinsettia was, and I was the most shocked. I thought you guys might get a chuckle out of that. Well, feel free to and if there's anything else that you guys can think of, or I'd love to hear your any of your stories. If you want to take a few moments to think about it, that's totally fine. We'll gather that information. If there's a CSM or someone from support you want to shout out to, I'd love to be able to give them some kudos. So take a few moments and think of your moments.
Yeah, that is fun, and it's always great for our team to hear if they've had a really good interaction with you or you've had a really good interaction with them for us to take that back to them. You know, our chat support, we hear a lot about, oh, this isn't working right. And so when we get some good kudos to share with them about an impact that they made in a client's day and making their day better, we want to make sure that we're sharing that with them too, that they made somebody's day. So please let us know those things also, and we'll be sure to pass those along.
Awesome. I also saw in chat there was uh someone really was enjoying I think Kathy, you were enjoying you enjoyed the Red Team on the Road, like the roadshow event that we did earlier this year. Um and I thought those were great too. I got to join the Nashville one, and the speakers and panelists and classes. I know our clients saw a lot of value out of the training sessions and being able to deep dive into areas of the tool. So awesome. I hope we in the future have some more events like that too.
Yep, be on the lookout. 2025 is going to be here before we know it, and we are hoping that we'll be able to do something in the coming year. So, thank you for that feedback. I was at all three of our roadshow events that we had this year, and they were fantastic. I think they were enjoyed by everyone, by our Red Team users, by our Red Teamers internally. We had such a good time getting to meet our clients face to face that we talk to on such a regular basis. It makes such a difference getting to see each other in person and to talk and to have good conversations about the tools and how they're helping or where there might be a roadblock and how can we help you overcome that roadblock. And so those are the interactions that we love having with you. And those are the interactions that Taylor's team specializes in. And so thank you, Taylor, for sharing a little bit about your team and how that interaction is helpful. As a part of these user groups, we are going to provide some tools for you and some resources for you. We really do want these user groups to be user-led, so we would love for a leader to rise up if this is something that you could be passionate about and you have some capacity to take on working with our team to help to coordinate the meetings and the frequency of meetings, the times and dates. And we would like to coordinate some lunches. We would like to coordinate some swag sending to you guys as members of the user group and things like that. So it would be a very good partnership between Red Team and the champion of the user groups for you to have. And so as a part of the user groups, however, we're going to have a special email address and a way that you can share your feedback with us. If you guys are having a really great creative meeting and you're like, hey, it would be really great if Red Team had XYZ. And you need to share that feedback with us so that we can write up a user story and a business case for what that really great idea is so that we can work that into a meeting with our product team and talk about how the impact of this feature being added really helps to solve this need for a wide array of our client base. Those are the kinds of discussions that we're hoping that you'll be able to have and share some of that feedback with us. So you'll have a direct email address to be able to send that in, as well as working with your client success managers on getting those submitted as well. So Taylor's team is going to play an active role as they do all the time as your client success managers in taking that feedback and then making sure that we're escalating that through our product channels and really talking and internalizing those things and using that feedback in our future product development. So as we round out the morning this morning, we've got a couple announcements for you. So get your phone out. We're going to have some QR codes that you can snap a picture of that are going to give you ways to participate here. So the next one is that we're having an end of year webinar on December 17th. It's going to be a product specific webinar where we're going to be sharing about the newest innovations that we've had in 2024 and make sure that we're ringing our bell so that everybody knows some of the really great features that have been released. Some of the things that we hear a lot is, oh, we didn't know that that happened. And we post it on the website, we send it out in newsletters, we try to ring our bells in lots of different ways, but everybody is busy and not everybody takes the different avenues and is able to read and know what great things that we had. So we're using this webinar to kind of go through 2024 and what was released for both Red Team Go and Red Team Flex and Field Lens. And we want to make sure that we're highlighting those features so you're aware that you have some of these available to you if you don't already know about them. And then we're also going to take a little bit of time to talk about our plans for 2025. talking about some of the big things that we're going to be focusing on in product development, so that you can get a little bit excited about what's coming in 2025 as well. So click on this QR code. This is going to have you fill out a registration for that webinar and send you the link to join on December 17th. The next is we are looking for a user group champion, actually 2 of them. So if you would be interested in being the user group champion that will work directly with our team here at RedTeam in coordinating the forum, communicating with the members of the user group, and scheduling out meetings at whatever frequency we decide. So please do take the survey at the end of the webinar today and let us know what kind of frequency would work best for you. And if you have some really good ideas on discussion topics, share those with us as well. And then we'll work on getting those scheduled with whoever the champion is. To make you aware, we do use a LinkedIn forum group that we're going to be putting posts in and sharing in that group. It's an exclusive group for only for users. And so we're going to give you access to that as well. But if you're interested in being the user group champion, we're looking for 2 again. Please click on that link and let us know, and we will be in touch with you as soon as possible so that we can make some plans for 2025 to keep these user groups going. Okay, and our last QR code that we have for you to scan is to join our LinkedIn user group. So click on this. Like, as I said, it's an exclusive group, only for users. We drop a lot of discussions in here when we're trying to get people excited about new product releases, and just to have some overall open discussion on, hey, I'm having this issue. I want to go to this group and throw it out and see if any of our user group members that are a part of the forum can help me with this. We're kind of wanting to use this LinkedIn forum as an opportunity for you guys to connect with one another, to have conversations and discussions, and to go back and forth a little bit in this group, and then bring some of those topical discussions into the user groups that we're going to have at whatever frequency we decide. So please click on that link and join this group if you're not already a member of that. And we post pretty frequently and regularly in that group to give you some goodies that you can use in your day-to-day. All right. And with that, thank you so much for taking time to meet with us today. And I wanted to see too if you guys have any questions that you have on anything that we covered today.
It looks like there's a couple questions in chat, Tracy. So the first one is there a way to find other Red Team users in a specific area like Tampa Bay?
That's a great question. The forum, the LinkedIn forum, honestly, is a really great place for you to find others that are in the Tampa Bay region, and just kind of throw that out there and see who might be already a member of that group that you could bounce ideas off of. But we do have several Flex and Go clients that are in the Tampa and Orlando areas, which I know they're not too terribly far apart. But we do have a big hub of users in Florida in general. So I have no doubt that there are people additionally in the Tampa Bay area. Yeah, and also, like, you guys can encourage others to join. If you're already friends with other companies in your area that use RedTeam Go or RedTeam Flex, and you can give them a little nudge to join this RedTeam user group as well.
I think also, Kathy, feel free to reach out to your CSM and ask them if they have. We can always pull like a report of some clients that might be in your specific area or close to you. We could always let you know who they are.
Yeah, I'm thinking of several Go clients off the top of my head that I know are in the Tampa region. Tampa Constructors. We've got GSA Contractings and Safety Harbor, which is in more of the Clearwater area. So we do have several. But yeah, we can help you there too as well.
And then the question, is this for all Red Team modules? Yes, of course. I think Red Team Flex and Red Team Go have our largest user base, of course. But of course, if you use Team Player or Field Lens, we'd love to encourage you to join and use the user group.
Absolutely. Great questions. Thanks everyone for your participation today. We're thankful that you shared a little bit of your day with us. We know how busy you guys are, and so thank you for allowing us to be a little bit a little piece of your day. And we hope to see you in future user groups and have some more meaningful discussions about industry topics that can really help to propel your businesses forward. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next webinar.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.